As I'm Steph, my digital media project's on the body image and whether media affects it or whether it's just your friends and family. I did a few interviews at the local public school which showed me how the younger students in the school, because it's a central school, how the younger 5, 6 students felt towards makeup and gym and exercising and all that sort of stuff compared to what, say, year 7 and 8. And I also have my sister who's currently studying year 12 here, who will give us some more information on how year 12 students could feel about it. Now, I had one student particularly, they're going to remain anonymous as there's too many conflictions with saying names and getting them on here to say anything, so I couldn't do that, but I can quote them. Who said specifically that he used to bully people because of how they looked, but then he learnt, a child came up to him and said, look, I don't like being bullied, it makes me feel bad about myself, it makes me feel like I need to do this and this, and he kind of realised, oh, well, I'm affecting how somebody else feels about them. And that's when I realised personally that it's not just the social media that decides what people want to do, it's also whether they get bullied at school, it's their environment that they're raised in, it's the people they talk to and the people they hang around. So, for example, if you grew up in a family that couldn't afford to have makeup and couldn't afford to wear the short, tiny, skimpy skirts and the nice little shirts and stuff, you're more likely not to wear it. You want to wear it because your friends are wearing it, but you're likely to wear something else that's cheaper and looks nicer because you have more of a respect and appreciation for cost effectiveness, so you'll go to Big W instead of Supre. So how much makeup do you usually put on daily?
Well, a lot.
What would you justify as a lot? Like, what sort of stuff do you use?
Well, I use 2 foundations. One's a really light one to take away the blemishes and stuff. The second one's a darker one to bring colour back into my face to make it more natural. And then a powder to bring out the matte effect.
Okay. So do you use makeup because of social media or magazines or?
Yeah, I do it because, if the media wasn't involved, then I wouldn't have to have this worry of wanting to be the next Britney Spears or Miranda Kerr or something like that, or Jennifer Hawkins, because they always look perfect with their makeup on. And, I just feel like I should wear makeup as well because, they wear it. So, and it makes me feel pretty. It makes me feel confident because if a celebrity who's a model is wearing a lot of makeup and it makes them look pretty, then why shouldn't I?
So would you say that social media affects the way that you feel how you feel you look, and how much makeup you need to wear and what clothes you need to wear and how much you need to weigh and stuff?
Yes, because if social media wasn't involved, then I'd have probably my own sense of fashion, which would be probably really tacky. I wouldn't wear makeup because I wouldn't know what makeup is or how to put it on, or what sort of makeup is needed, because without the media tells us what sort of stuff we need and what we don't need.
Do you think it's just media, or do you think your friends and your family have an effect on how much makeup you wear? Or?
Yeah, sometimes. All my friends wear a lot of makeup, so they jam pack up on the eyeliners and the mascaras and stuff, so it gives them an effect that they look really caked on, but they don't, if that makes sense. It makes them feel as though, it makes me feel as though I should pack mine on because they pack theirs on.
Okay, so do you own magazines? Do you buy magazines? Do you read magazines?
I buy Cleo magazine and Girlfriend and Dolly and Cosmopolitan, pretty much every magazine.
It's not an advertising show here.
Sorry.
What pages do you flick through? Do you read the stories or do you look at the pictures?
I read the stories and I look at the pictures, but when I was younger, back in year 10 and the younger years and stuff, I used to just look at the pictures because the writing didn't appeal to me that much, but the pictures did.
So going back to, say, year 7 and 8, like the other students I interviewed, would you say that you had a more likelihood of buying something in the magazine if you've seen it in the magazine over if you've seen someone else wearing it?
If I saw someone I didn't like wear it, I wouldn't wear it because I'd think it was tacky and ugly because they're wearing it. And if it was in a magazine, I saw it on the shelf, I would most likely be like, hey, that's really pretty. I'm going to see if I suit that as well. And if I suit it, then, you know, I'll most likely buy it. But if it was like someone down the street who had that same outfit before I saw it in the magazine, I'd most likely think that's a really ugly outfit.
Okay, so does your parents' opinion matter to you whether you wear something or not, or?
Yes, it does. Because
to what extent?
A lot. Because if I walk out of the house in, say, Miranda Kerr wore one of those low shirts that has your tits hanging out and your bum hanging out, or, you know, just your whole body just showing, my parents would not let me leave the house. My parents would probably think I'm half dressed, or not even that I was dressing to go to like a whorehouse or something like that. So my parents wouldn't even let me out of the house.
Would you personally be comfortable in something like that?
No,
though?
I would not be comfortable.
Do you think any of your friends would be?
I have no idea, because there's one girl that I'm friends with and she wears the tardy clothes and stuff.
What would you say, like, what's your description of tardy clothes? What you just described, say, Miranda Kerr wearing, or is there something else?
Something like...
It maybe just covers your boobs, or it's like the denim undies people are calling them.
Yeah, the denim undies, yes. And you know those shirts, and they're cut right down the sides, but they're cut more so along here, so it's just covering your nipples, but you've got your whole bra in it. You can see pretty much your whole bra, and your whole body, it's just covering nothing. It's just covering this bit just here. That's not really... It's not accepted in society, but a lot of girls are starting to wear it, which is starting to get accepted in society, but it's also making them look like slags, and males are going to think of them as
mattresses.
Exactly, mattresses. They're not going to think of them as like they're not going to want them to be...
They're not going to look at them and go, hey, I'd wife her.
Exactly. They're going to look at them like, hey, I'm jumping to bed with her, but I would not like to spend the rest of my life with a slut looking like that.
Yeah, okay. So if somebody came up to you and said, oh my God, you need to lose a few kilos, like, would you sit there and, like, would you take the... So, after all of that, as well as information that I've gained from my personal experiences and from my friends from school and even uni now, I think media has too much of an influence on how a person under 18 should be dressing and how they should feel about themselves. People just take what famous people look like and what they say to heart. They shouldn't need to do that. Like, they don't know Miranda Kerr. They don't know Orlando Bloom. They don't know the people that are writing these things. Yet they sit there and think, oh, hey, they said that. That must be right. And it's not true. I want to thank my sister for helping me today, obviously, with the interview. The local public school, they helped me out heaps and heaps. I can't tell them how much I appreciated their help and their time, like letting their kids miss class to talk to a uni student. And yeah, so before you flick through that magazine and think, oh hey, she's hot, sit there and think, is that really what I want to look like? Am I really ever going to get there? Or do you just look beautiful how you are?